about, I don't know, man. When I think about it, it is all about hierarchy. It is all about hierarchy and all that kind of stuff. The
Yeah.
hierarchy goes. What are you having though? Are we just recording with nothing? And because I have something, I have a Budweiser. This is
I have a Mountain Dew.
so so I have a Budweiser. Here's the thing, right? Here's the funny thing. I don't actually like beer. I think it's disgusting. But that being said, it's the only cold drink in the fridge because we gotta go to the
Oh,
shops.
okay, okay.
So basically, what we have beers for my brother when he comes over because he likes beers,
Mm.
and so we've got beers in the fridge. They're just sitting there, and I don't actually drink beer. I tend to drink wine actually, and I've drank all
Oh,
the wine. And
fancy.
when I'm not drinking, of course I'm fancy. I mean, you know, look at me
Yeah.
with my fancy pouring. So,
Of course, you got the glass and everything.
why would I drink beer from the bottle like a savage? No. I am a classy guy. I have to drink from a glass. Can I?
That's good. That's good.
It's disgusting. Okay, so so
Uh,
we are here, you and I. You know, just the two of us. It's just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Isn't that how it
it's
goes?
just the two of I don't even know the words to it, but just remember that one line. It's just the two of us.
So I'm sitting here with my beautiful mate Terra. Right, Terra. Should we use another name for you? Do you have another name that we would like to put out there for the internet, or do we just stick to Terra?
You can call me Terra. My real name's Bilal. To wherever you feel like, whatever you're comfortable with.
Bilal,
I'm
man.
used to it.
Bilal. Oh, beautiful.
Bilal.
Man. Beautiful.
I know it is.
It sounds
it is.
close to pilau. Pilau is like a really good Trini meal. You know, it's like a mixture.
Pilau,
Yeah,
okay.
pilau. It's like rice with beans, and it's stewed, and you have chicken in
Okay.
there as well. You can put chicken, or you don't have to. There's pumpkins in there, carrots. It's pilau. So
In my language, pilau is basically it's rice. It's a type of rice.
it's just, I guess it's the same thing.
Same thing.
When
I guess,
when
yeah.
you say in your language, what is your language? Do you make
Uh,
a language your own, or?
No, Urdu. I'm originally from Pakistan, so
Uh-huh.
my background, my family, so
Uh-huh.
Urdu is a language, yeah.
So what this means is that everything you cook is delicious.
Yeah, bro, I'm so lucky, man. My mom loves cooking as well.
I mean,
I
we've
love
had-
cooking. I actually love cooking, so
I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. I mean, we've had this conversation before, though. You and I have
Yeah.
had this conversation about
Yep.
your mom's cooking. I don't really care about your cooking. I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
Yo, no. One day I'm gonna cook you something, and you're gonna be like, "Well, you're cooking for me again."
At that point in time, I
Trust
marry
me.
you. You know, I'm just like, you know what? You know, we're a couple now. You know, it's like there's nothing
Yeah.
else to it. You know.
I'm gonna
Before-
be forced to move in.
Exactly. Before my missus is like, you know what, Q, we're gonna be together for. No. I'm sorry. Exactly. You know, just
Yeah.
you've been beaten out. You know, you've lost.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, anyway,
Uh,
we are here on a podcast, right? We're doing a podcast together, you and I. It's on cam. We're doing a video podcast, which I haven't done a video podcast in a long, long time. And for those of you watching, and you're wondering, Q, why does half of your face look like a shadow? It's because Bilal here has decided that, you know what, I set my camera to be flat, right? And I want contrast, you know, I need to look beautiful for the internet. Screw you and whatever you want to look like. It's all about me. And you know, me being a total gentleman, you know, a total gentlemanly fellow, I said, you know what, it's okay. I'll look like a smudge on the screen so that you can look beautiful, you know?
oh my god, it's actually true. I actually never thought about it until now. But I've recorded videos with dark-skinned people before, and the camera settings you have to have based on your skin complexion is different.
Exactly, you know. You
So,
didn't think about
for-
it. You were just...
For example, for you, it will be completely different for me, and for example, for a white guy, it has to be different because, like, for example, if you're outside in the sun, like, you kind of gotta distinguish him, like, to make him look different from the clouds. Like,
It's,
I don't know if that
it's,
makes-
it's all about your
you
melanin
get what-
complexion, you know.
Melanin. It's all about the
You know,
melanin.
because we all have different grades of melanin complexion in us and stuff like that. And the fact is that your melanin complexion is less than mine. You know, I mean, I've been out here collecting that melanin, leveling up. You know, hitting that high XP, right? You know, you've been a pleb out here not catching on that level, right? And then
I'm halfway. I'm halfway at your level. I need to go to the beach more. You're lucky you grew up in Trinidad. I'm growing up in this cold ass country, man.
You know what? Funny story to that. I remember the first time I met my brother, and this was like about 2 or 3 years ago. Let's say about 3 years. Was it 4?
Time flies.
Time flies, man. It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
All this time we're talking on the internet, right? You know, we've gotten to know each other online. We're texting. You know, we're on video call and everything. And he looks like me. I'm like, ew, complexion, right? So we go to the airports to get him, right? Picking him up and the people who are like those airport peoples who help with like tell you like when people are coming out and stuff. So I'm waiting in the wrong area, and a security person comes in. She's like, "I'm sorry, sir, you're in the wrong area." And I was like, "Oh, really? I'm waiting for my family." She was like, "Well, don't worry. You wait behind that line. The flight, which flight is it?" I tell her which flight. She's like, "Oh, they've landed. They're just getting through stuff." And I was like, "I know they've landed. Like, they called me. It's okay." All right. So there I were waiting, right, expecting to see someone of my complexion come through the aisles. And my brother comes out with my sister-in-law, and they look super, super pale compared to like their image online, right? When we video call, and the fact is, cameras lie, right? They just do.
They do.
They just do. That's basically it. So
they do. Because you know what it is with cameras, if you've kept it at the settings that you got it from the manufacturer, they have their own color grade on it. So, for example, let me use phones for example. A Sony camera and an Apple camera, the colors will look different even though you're taking the same picture because they put their own pre-settings on it.
Yeah. I know what you
That's why I've removed that from my camera so I can do my own shit on it.
You're like, screw this shit.
Screw this shit.
I need quality. You know, I wish I had a DSLR though. If I had a DSLR, I would.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just using a regular schmeggly webcam that I got from from Amazon. It was like 20 quid or something. It was beautiful. It's still beautiful. It does a good job. Except when my mates come on and be like, give me contrast, Q. I need to be beautiful. But you look beautiful. You look great. On both screens. On both screens, the screen where there's no color grade, and then the one where there's the contrast there, looking all all sharp and stuff. He's just out here with a Naruto headband.
You look very smart as well, bro.
I look like
you look very posh, like you're in a really posh place. I don't know, like because of the robe and the glass of bed.
Well, you see, the thing is, I was going funny fact. Also, this is my whole thing I want to do. The whole shtick I want to do with my office here is basically sort of get it to be that kind of bougie, posh thing. I want to have like an old-fashioned British chair that's like leather or something.
That'll be sick.
That I can just sit in a corner and drink, I don't know, wine and stuff. Just like sit there. I don't even have to be doing anything. I just be sitting there like, and people come in, and I'll just be like.
Don't tell me you're putting your pinky up like that while you're drinking. Oh my god. No, I'm probably completely contrasted in it. I've got literally a Naruto headband because I wanted to represent. And I've got the most casual clothing.
The most casual You know what? Underneath this is casual clothing. Oh, no. Let's not let the people see that. Oh, no. They need
I don't
to
think you want to see what's underneath this either. It's a lot of hair, bro.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Put it out there, Now, he comes under the podcast, by the way. I'm a bear. There's like a female bear out in the woods. Someone happens to be listening to this podcast, they go camping or something. They put the podcast on at night, and a bear is passing by, and she's like, I wonder if I should pick some berries today. And she has, under this chest, all you see is hair. She's like,
female bears out there, I'm available, so.
You look out your window and you see a bear looking at with some binoculars like, so how you doing?
I'll be scared.
Don't worry. You will know she's a friendly bear, you know. She'll be wearing her best, you know, her Sunday best. She'll be like
her best dress. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll be like, bears don't regularly dress up like this, you know, like she's a friendly bear.
She brushed herself today.
She's brushed herself today. So, bro, how long have we known each other? Quick question. How long have we known each other?
Bro, I don't even know. It's been a very, very long time because we used to play Fortnite together, and we used to know each other even before we used to play Fortnite. And I haven't played Fortnite in like 3 years.
Same. I haven't played Fortnite since we played together, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's been more than 3 years since then, and we knew each other before that. So I don't. It's been at least. I feel like it's been at least 4 years.
It has to.
At least.
It has to.
At least. It has to be.
At birth, you know, we just knew each other existed, and we
we telepathically talk to each other.
The connection.
What year were you born?
89. What about you?
Okay, 94.
94.
So yeah,
you're a whippersnapper out here with them young cheeks, you know, just like, how you doing? You know,
when I hear that someone's been born after the year 2000, I just I'm like, wow, I'm old.
You're like, child behavior. Yeah. Don't talk to me, children. You know, they come to you. They're like, Terra. No, it's Mr. Terra to you.
Exactly, bro. I'm an uncle and everything, man. It's so different now. Life is different.
Life is different. You know, when are you gonna pop out some little terrors? You know.
Oh, bro. Hopefully by the time I'm 30, maybe.
So the first question is, the first question after the first question. Do you have a Mrs.?
Yes.
Is there a Mrs. Terra?
No, there is no Mrs. Terra.
You looked up when you said that. You looked up.
Nah,
you were thinking. You were like, does Shanice count as my Mrs.? I wonder. No.
There isn't.
No. I just kissed her. It's nothing serious.
Nah, like I've had opportunities to have Mrs. in the past, but like I've been so focused on myself. But I have it kind of like planned out in my head.
Okay, what's the plan? Tell us. Let's hear the plan.
So originally, the plan was to get someone by the time I was 27. However, I'm going to be 27 in a month. So now, the plan is by maybe 29, because like there's a couple things I want to do in life before I get married. At the same time, I feel like I can find someone that has a similar mindset as me that would possibly help me, and I can help them in whatever goals and aspirations they have in life. But that's not easy to find, I don't think.
Have you been checking Tinder?
I don't know if Tinder is the best. When I think of Tinder, I just think of like that's a place to just go hook up, and I'm not looking for a hookup, you know, like I'm looking for.
So you're not looking for some cheeks then, you know? No one's out. You're not out here thinking, you know what? I need some Sunday cheeks today.
Yo, trust me, bro. I'm at that age where I don't want to settle down.
Really?
But I want more meaning in a relationship than just.
So you don't want to settle down, but you don't want cheeks.
No,
I'm not sure how I don't know how to make sense of this. You know, like you're just out here confusing people.
You know what it is? I don't like the word settle down. I don't think being married or being in a relationship should mean that you settle down and give up on your aspirations in life. I feel like.
Is that what you think settle down means? Giving up on your aspirations in
bro,
life?
Bro,
no!
My whole life. Every time when people, trust me, every time when people, what's the first thing you think of when someone says, I got married, I'm settled down, I have 2 kids. What do you think? Like, they've just given up on their shit.
They've sold their soul to these kids, you know? Like...
Exactly. So that I don't want that kind of, that thing, what's it called? Obstacle.
I don't consider it an obstacle though. I think I look at, we have a mutual friend between us, right?
Yeah.
Which is Roger, right?
Yeah.
And he's settled down. He's married. He has 2 kids, you know. And Roger never gave up on his dreams. You know, he traveled the world. He played music.
That's true.
He achieved all these sort of stuff, won awards, all this sort of things. And in that time, he was a dad. Like, he was a great dad. He raised his sons, and they're amazing. And now they're grown up now. Excuse me.
That's amazing. No,
it is amazing, and that's the thing. I think to a certain extent, settling down, the way I see it, doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. I think the giving up on your dreams part is a choice. Like, if you decide that, here's what, I'm not going to be capable of achieving these dreams while at the same time, you know, raising kids, then you know, that's nothing wrong with that. It's just just your decision. But I think at the end of the day, yes, we have to make sacrifices, but I think we can still be able to live that experience, you know, have kids, have a life, and still outside that. Because I look, like right now, I look at my brother, right? My niece is young, right? She's about 4 right now. And with my brother, you know, he's a super dad. Like, the guy, he's built like a tank, you know. He looks super cool. And despite all that, he plays with her, like, you know, does all the teacups and everything and the dolls, and he's super cool with that kind of stuff. He's super energetic when he's with her. But at the end of the day, he takes, if it's like once a month, he takes a weekend and he goes and he hangs with his mates. Once a month, you know, he might just go out, hang with the mates in London or something, and then come back, because you need to be yourself. He has his own work aspirations. So if he's not happy in his job, he's like, well, I need to step my game up. I need to do something else. Either I switch careers or I do something else. And he's not afraid to do those changes, you know. And I look at that and I think to myself, like, this is a guy who is a parent, but despite being a parent, he's still a guy. He prioritizes my niece, of course. He gives her priority because, you know, she is a priority. But he still finds time for himself, you know. And every now and then, like, my sister-in-law and my niece would go over to her mom's and spend a night or something, and he gets a night to himself to focus on things that he wants to focus on. And he doesn't just focus on him. My sister-in-law does the same thing. Sometimes she just goes out to London and spends like a day with her mates, and sometimes he goes over to her mom's and stays with my niece, and she stays home and just relaxes. Because there was one point in time when I was staying with them that he was over there. He was over at her mom's, and she and I were in the house, you know, eating ice cream and watching telly. You know, we were like, let's relax, let's just have some fun. And so, basically, the thing is that I don't think, for me, my perception of settle is it just means that you're no longer running about there and smashing every cheeks that pass your perception. You know, you just see a pair of cheeks passing by and like, how you doing, cheeks? Pow! You know, no, you're just like,
I get what you mean.
You're like, you have one cheek, and this is my cheek now.
Yeah.
How you doing, cheek? You good, cheek? Yes, I am. So, that means
maybe it's the word itself, settle down, that I don't like.
It scares you.
I think it's the word down. Just and settle, because I don't want to settle and I don't want to go down.
Okay, so what would you like?
It might just be the word that's putting me off. Maybe we need to make a new word up.
Let's make a new word now. What's the word you want to use?
Let's do it. Settle up.
You don't like the word settle. You don't like. How about like,
never settle.
Let's put serious up. How's that?
Serious up. That's it.
So you take your relationship serious, and it's on the up and up. That good?
Yes.
All right,
that's better.
So you're looking to serious up. What are you
I'm looking to serious up.
So, you know what? That's gonna be the episode title for this. Looking to serious up. Let's remember that. So, what will you define yourself as looking for in a missus? What is your, you know, like, do you have preferences, you know, and do you have places that you're willing to compromise? Like, what are you looking for in a missus?
Okay. In terms of personality,
he starts with personality. He's not even gonna be like, well, you know what? She gotta have cheeks.
No, bro. Like, not even trying to be like cringy, but personality, I feel like is more important to me.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, looks do play a factor because I've got to be attracted to them in the first place.
Are you sure?
But then I might be mentally, like, if I'm mentally attracted to them, I don't know. It's a tough one. But okay, when it comes to actual personality, I don't want them to be controlling. That's one. Like, I don't want them to be paranoid. I need them to trust me, like, to the end, no matter how dodgy it seems.
Right. So if you're out in the woods with some bear, they need to be like, yeah, like, sorry, man.
They're like,
don't
yeah,
worry.
whatever happened in the woods happened in the woods. Don't worry about it.
This bear and I are platonic. We're just friends.
Yeah, we're just friends. But yeah, like, I think trust, massive. No lies. There's no need to lie. The only reason to lie is like if you're gonna save someone's life. I don't know how that would happen.
So what about surprise parties? You know, like what if you're having a surprise party for your missus? And
that's different. Like, I'm saying lying about shit that doesn't need to be. Like,
define a
you know
good
what
lie.
I mean.
I know what you mean.
If you're gonna lie but there's a good intention behind the lie, even then it's a bit wrong. Like,
you're like, sorry babe, this bear has been teaching me things that will help us in the bedroom. Right. I didn't mean to lie. She's not just a friend. She's my coach.
Yeah, she's a coach. Oh my god.
You know what? There's gonna be knowing you, the kind of person that you are, because you're a hilarious guy. At some point, you're probably gonna be doing a stream or a skit on TikTok or something, and there's gonna be a person in a bear suit, and you're gonna turn around and be like, "What are you doing here?"
I'm gonna get a bear suit, and I'm gonna get you to act as the bear. That's the deal. That's the deal.
We're gonna no. I'm gonna do you one better. We're gonna get a lady to be the bear. We're gonna get we're gonna get a lady to be the bear, and she's gonna pop up and be like,
oh man.
So right, so continue on with the criterias, you know, ladies. Yeah. I hope the ladies, the females out there, because I have to assume, Terra, you're looking for a female, yes?
Yeah.
You look like you questioned that for a second there. You look like
because I'm looking for a relationship.
Are you looking for a relationship with a female or with a male?
I already got UQ, so the male side is sorted, isn't it? So
that's what I'm talking about. In your face. All the other dudes just need to back down.
The female side is quite vacant at the moment.
Very vacant. A position needs to be filled. So that's what I'm saying. Like, ladies out there, you guys need to take notes. You know, I mean, if you think that this charming fellow here on this side of my screen, you know, like the next side of me, you know, it's just there exactly. Look at him. It's just like, oh, just beautiful. If you think this charming fellow would be very, very interesting to get to know, I think you need to take notes. So continuing on with the dating show, as this new podcast has been defined itself now.
I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
I didn't think it was gonna be like anything. To be quite honest, I just said we're gonna record and whatever happens. Because that's kind of what I want to do with this. You know, I just want to. I mean, obviously there is a theme for this podcast, but I just kind of want to just like let it flow. And let's just let's see how it works out. You know, let's see what happens. So that being said, personality, she can't be controlling. She can't be she's got to be
paranoid.
She can't be paranoid. She's got to be trusting and stuff like that. And I think those are easy things to expect within a relationship. It's really hard to find, but
but and it obviously goes both ways. Like, if you trust me, I'll trust you. No, like. If you don't, like...
So if she's hanging out with Harold all the time, like, she's like, I'm saying with Harold.
I'll trust her. No, I'll give her a full trust.
Like, I gotta go out with Harold today. We're going to Bournemouth for like a weekend. I'll be back, you know. And then she comes back home and you're on the couch watching, what's your favorite show? Let's say BritBox, right? You're on the telly watching BritBox together, and she's on the phone. Oh, Harold! yourself.
Oh my god.
No, so how do you go from there? Do you then?
Well, this is the thing, like.
You're gonna be like, girl, give me your phone. Let me see what's going on here.
I'll give her full trust, and once she breaks that trust, then it's done, innit? Like, it's as simple as that. If I've given her the full trust, the full whatever, I've not doubted her a single thing, and she breaks that trust, then I don't think I can bring that trust back. Again, especially when we're in a deep relationship like that. So at that point, I know it's time to move on, and I know it might be difficult to do that, but I know it's necessary, because like the way I think about it, if you break my trust to that extent once, and I forgive you for it, you will do it again because you think it's easy to get away with. So at that point, I'm gone. I'll find someone else. I'll find someone else that will honor my trust.
There are plenty of bears out there in the woods. I mean, I'm just saying. You know.
Plenty of bears.
I mean, I don't know how many there are in your neck of the woods, but I mean, we've got a lot of woods around here, so.
Yeah. I might have to take a trip.
It's not that long. I mean, we don't live that far apart from each other right now.
We don't.
You're like what, 45 minutes away from me? Let's give an hour for like
hour.
For
like
connections and stuff. So
yeah.
We're not too far apart.
Yeah, not too far. But I found out the name of the location that we need to go eat. It's called Bays. Bays. Yeah.
When is it? When are they opening up? Like, I mean, April is supposed to be when they're starting to like let things get back to normal this month.
They've done the thing where you can go meet up with people outside, 6 people outside. But I don't know when things are gonna start reopening.
Like restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah, like restaurants and bowling and that kind of stuff.
Because if it opens up this month,
I'm down.
I could book a trip.
I'm down. I really want to leave my house.
Same. I not just want to leave the house. I want to hang out with some mates. You know.
Exactly.
The only people I see is family at this point in time. Yeah. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna really be nice to see your face again in person. You know. It's just
exactly.
You know, I'll give you a hug. You know, eat some food. The last time we met up, you did introduce me to some nice quality spicy.
Yeah.
I was like, it's very nice, very nice.
You were like, you doubted my ability to eat spice and my taste for spice, but I showed you.
You did show me. You know, and then I invited myself to your house. You know, I was like, well, you know what, I'm moving in at this point in time. You know, I mean, you know quality. You know, so I'm gonna have to move in. Just clear a room out for me. I'll be there. For all of the people listening to this, know I'm in the room next to you. You know, I'm across there.
For all they know.
Exactly.
We both got white walls.
Exactly. They don't know the house. That's just how it is in the house. You know. That's
behind those curtains is cute.
I'm behind it because it's just like. So Terra, you're looking for well, I wouldn't say, let's not say looking, but you're open to meeting a nice
open. Yeah, that's more better.
Right, and you set the personality aside. Are there any other aspects that you'd consider yourself looking for?
Outside, you're talking about looks.
Outside of personality. Well, I didn't say that. I mean, you can say it, but I didn't.
I'm not too fussy, but I'd prefer the person not to be maybe the same height or shorter than me.
Because you're shorter than me. You are a short guy. So
I am a short guy, but it would be kind of awkward, like if I'm having to look up.
I mean, have you seen that video? There's this guy. I can't remember his name. He's a comedian, like a TikTok kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he has this video where he's dancing up to a girl and she's dancing up to him, and he pulls himself up, and then he sees her up close and it's like. And then he runs off a ladder. He comes back. He continues dancing with her. Have you seen that?
I've seen something similar. It's a tall girl. He's like double the height of the guy. And she starts dancing and winding on the guy. And she's like, he's up to her belly button and she's just.
I'm gonna have to send you that video. I'm gonna have to send you the one I'm thinking of. I'm gonna have to send it to you. Remind me. We will send you that video so that way you can be open. All I'm saying is get yourself a step ladder. That's all, you know. It's
Give
all good.
myself a step ladder.
Just
I'll probably need 2 at my height.
a fold out one, you know, you have it. You know, people have like their keys hanging from their belt buckle.
Yeah,
You got your fold out ladder, you just pull up. Hey girl, how you doing? You know? And she's like, boy, behave yourself. You're too short for me. Oh, what do you think? Flip out that step ladder. Boom. You just jump up.
I think most girls like taller guys as well.
Yeah, most do. Most definitely do. Because my missus is shorter than me. And personally, I prefer a shorter girl. I like a shorter girl.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not saying, at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be open to everything at this point in time, you know what I mean?
I don't mind it too much. As long as they're not double my height.
If a T-Rex pulls up, you got to be like, look, let's just go on a date and see how it goes.
You know what? I'll give it a day. Like, you might be able to swindle me.
Exactly. You know, you never know.
Exactly.
You never know. She might have a velociraptor stuck in her teeth and be like, look, I'll give you this bow.
Yeah.
You know, it's a present. Yeah, I did some hunting today. So
Exactly.
this is for you, Terra.
The person's got to be open as well, like in terms of, because you know I'm Muslim, innit? And I know a lot of people don't like Muslims.
Yeah.
So
would you? That's another question. Would you date someone who's not a Muslim, or does she
I
have
would,
to be a Muslim?
I would. No.
Would you want her to become a Muslim, or would you prefer? Would you be open to her like not like being like, hey, we're married. You could do your Muslim thing, and I'm gonna just chill.
It's a bit of both. Like, I would prefer if she wanted to be with me that Islam is kind of like a part of my personality. So I'd kind of want you to learn about, like, if you're going to learn about me, I want you to learn about it just so that you have a better understanding of why I am the way I am, the things I do, stuff like that. So, like, I don't mind, like, oh, for example, if you're a Christian or you're a Jew or whatever, I don't mind if, like, you are from that religion. I do kind of want you to learn, like, it'll go both ways, innit? Like, I'll learn more about them, they'll learn. But it's kind of like, I feel like Islam is a bit kind of like my part of my personality. So you'll indirectly be learning about Islam while learning about me at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's like with me and my missus, like, I'm not religious really, but she's Christian. Now I know enough about Christianity, so like I don't need to learn no more, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't force my non-religious views on her. I'm just like
exactly.
You do what you gotta do, you know. Just know you ain't convincing me to go to no church with you. Like, just
yeah.
If you need to go to church, go to church. I'll stay at home and watch some football on the weekend. But
the way I see it is, like, if my missus was Christian, and she I know some Christians, they fast on certain days of the year.
I think Seventh-day Adventists do it on, I think, was it the weekend? I think they can't, like, you can't have fun on the weekend, on a Saturday or something for Seventh-day Adventists.
So, like, if they do that, for example, and I want to learn about that, I want to learn, okay, why do they do this, for example? Like, I don't see any harm in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'll be understanding them more and their thought process and why they do something. And I feel like that'll build a bit of a stronger relationship. The same way if they ask me, oh, why do I fast in Ramadan? And then I tell them.
What about kids though? Like if you guys have kids, like what would you, like, let's just say, for example, are you gonna raise them 50-50? Like, here's what, kids, you have this and you have this, choose, you know, blue pill, red pill, or is it gonna be like, nah, I'd prefer they have the red pill?
I'd prefer they have the red pill, in my opinion. Like, I'll be, like, brutally honest.
Yeah, to be honest, man, that's the whole point of this thing.
Like, I'd prefer they have the red pill. Like, of course, at the end of the day, when the kid grows up,
they're gonna make their own choices.
They make their own choices. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to a certain age, you start questioning things.
Yeah, you question everything.
And those answers that you get will help you define or decide what you want to follow, what you do in life, essentially. So you can teach them all you want while they grow up, but at the end of the day, it's going to be their decision when they grow up.
I mean, that's debatable though. I mean, at the end of the day, if you expect them to like quality cheeks and they're not out here liking quality cheeks, you know, they come with a flat booty person at home, you know, like that. Here's the thing, right? She don't got no booty, you know. Then at that point in time, you're like, well, you know, this is not gonna work. It's like, no, bad son, don't do that. Go find cheeks.
Go to where Q lives and get those beers. Go to Uncle Q. He'll teach you the way.
You should learn the way. Any physical traits that you're keen on? Like, do you have a type? Do you, other than the height thing, like the height thing aside, do you? Is there like, you know, like you're out there and you see a particular type of girl and you're like, ooh, she got chest shiggle.
I don't like anorexic girls or skinny girls.
Okay.
I like medium, kind of. Does that make sense?
No.
Medium, a little bit chubby. I don't mind a little bit chubby or medium, like kind of girl.
I don't
understand. Does that make sense?
I don't understand that.
Just like
because I like
just like a standard, just like a normal body, not like, you know, like when you can see their ribs. I don't like that.
I don't understand that, to be honest. You know, I'm either a black and white kind of guy. You know, I don't do middle ground. This whole gray area that you're living in, it's unacceptable. You know, so to me, basically,
bro, like I just have that taste in it. I don't like a girl that will starve herself. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get that.
But I don't want you to overeat as well.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I want us to go gym together. Get head.
You don't go to gym. When was the last time you went to gym, bro?
Before lockdown, I was on a regular 3-day-a-week workout training.
Seriously?
I was fit, bro.
So you were swole. You were just walking through the gym like, yes.
I wasn't swole. I never tried to be swole.
Yeah.
But I tried to be like slim, fit. I can send you pictures when I was.
You know what? All this is this research I'm doing to setting up a dating profile for you. I'm just gonna be like, send them pictures, dude.
Yeah, I'm going back at the gym once the gym's reopened and lockdown's over. Funny enough, I got a message this morning asking me if I want to get a vaccine.
Oh, are you gonna get one?
I'm kind of scared. I need to look into it. But I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you know, that's gonna be an option on dating profiles going in the future. Like, they're gonna be, you know. And here's the weird thing, right? Granted, here's the thing. Those of you watching this like video format, I'm constantly glancing over to the left screen, but because of the fact Terra's on both my screens, so I'm looking at him on this screen because it's larger and this one is smaller. So that's why I keep looking this way and not this way. But anyway, back to what I'm saying, right? I remember when, like, for example, Trump was president of the US, that became a question on dating profiles. Like, would you date someone who was a Trump voter? Like, that became a question. So, it's going to be a question like, would you date someone who got a vaccine? And then it's going to be yes or no, you know? So. Yeah,
but you know what? That kind of stuff only happens in America.
Ah, it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. Like, I remember, right, when I was looking, like, I set my profile, my dating profile at the time was set to UK and Europe, right? And so I was getting girls from Russia and stuff, like, oh, yes, you know? And basically, you would see those questions answered in their profile. The question would be, hey, like, would you date someone that dated for Trump? And I'm like, but they don't have Trump there. But I guess it's the ideology of like someone who would be willing to vote for someone like that. I think that's what people were looking at. Like, hey, are you? And I think it was like a softball of saying, hey, are you more conservative or are you more liberal kind of thing. But it was like putting it out there without saying that. Basically, I think that's what people were looking at. And I think generally speaking, I believe most people are not even conservative or liberal. I think most people exist in a gray area in the middle.
I do.
Same for me. You exist in a gray area in the middle. There's a, like a middle camp, but no one talks about that camp, because that camp isn't cool enough to talk about. It's all about
it's non-existent.
It's all about the extremes.
The extremes.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So generally speaking, so you're gonna put yourself out there. Or be open, I should say, to stuff. Let me ask you another question. Do you have a OkCupid account? You don't have an OkCupid account. So here's
What
the
is
thing.
that? I don't even know what that is.
So here's the thing, right? Before the end of this call, or after we record and stuff, we're gonna make you an OkCupid account, right? We're gonna set you up. So OkCupid is the dating app that I personally prefer.
Okay.
It's free.
Right.
One, that's one of the best parts about OkCupid. You don't really have to pay money. And I think personally, just like you said in the beginning, when I asked you if you have a Tinder, Tinder is basically just to hook up with people. Whereas OkCupid, people on OkCupid tend to be serious, at least for the most part. You tend to find more people because of the fact that OkCupid is set up in a way whereby there's a lot more information and data you can put out about yourself on OkCupid. And I find when people when you take the time to put information about yourself and set up a profile and all that kind of stuff, you're much more invested than if it's just like put a picture, swipe right or left, you know. And so, generally speaking, the whole Tinder thing is all about looks, whereas OkCupid, there's personality because you have to fill in stuff about yourself, and you know, I mean, you don't have to, but it's encouraged. And then if you do fill in that kind of stuff, you do see more matches and all that kind of good stuff. So we're gonna set you up on there, you know, because we want to find you a Mrs. You know, Mrs. Terra, all right? And we're gonna put there in parentheses, bears welcome, you know. So so
I'm gonna get all the bears in my DMs.
Exactly, they're gonna be like, how you doing?
I'll post a picture of my chest.
So that being said, dating aside, right? Dating aside, what do you do, Terra? What is your thing? Who is Terra? Who is Bilal? Who is the guy with the headband and the amazing beard face that I can't grow facial hair because my skin just hates me? But yes.
You know, I called my bear up and everything just for you today.
I wish I had a beard, you know. I've just got this little bit of face chin thing. But continue.
Yeah. So me, I am, well, real name Bilal, as you guys have heard already. I work in accountancy.
Right, so you're a boring guy. Yeah.
Very, very, very boring ass job, which is why it was one of them things where I was in college. I was like kind of done with college and I didn't really know what career I wanted to go into. This is before I discovered a camera.
Yeah.
Well, not this camera. I'm not ancient. Yeah. But before I discovered like that I would enjoy this kind of stuff, you know, like recording, editing, and that kind of stuff. So I thought, you know what, let me just do something easy. So I went into I was good at maths and I was good at that kind of stuff. So I just did accountancy. I did the course, did a couple levels here and there, did another course on top of that. That I can't be asked to finish because I don't care about accountancy anymore because it's just boring as bro, it's the most boring job. I would never recommend anyone do it. Like, it's so boring. But like, I don't know, some people might like it. Like I'm good at what I do.
All right, good. That's important.
Like,
That's
very
important.
good at what I do.
Because I had already removed you as my accountant potentially. You know, like I was like, I need an accountant. Let me not talk to my boy Bilal. He hates this. You know.
No, I'm actually good at what I do, but it doesn't mean I enjoy it.
Yeah, I understand that.
I don't know if that's because of the particular jobs that I've had, or if it's because of the job. It's very repetitive.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think I don't really like that. Like, as you've seen on my like YouTube channel or my Twitch or whatever, TikTok, I'm a very like my mind since I was young just goes off. Like when I'm in school, every time I had a parents' evening, my teachers would always complain about me daydreaming because my head would just be somewhere else.
So he's a good boy, he's good at math and all that kind of stuff. He should be an accountant, but he daydreams, you know, and I'm worried about these things. Yes.
Bro, I like, it's so bad. I've been cool on the train. Like I'm on the train, just standing there holding the rail, just my head is like in space somewhere, and then suddenly I wake up, and this girl staring, like my face is directly staring into this girl's boobs. And this girl is staring at me. I'm like, hello?
Hello, I like titties, you know, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not being harmful here. I like these things. And don't feel uncomfortable. I'm not a crazy person. I'm not gonna attack you. You know, personally speaking, my preference is bears. You know.
He said, this woman kind of looks like a bear though. So I'm joking.
How
I'm
you
joking.
do it? Yo, you know what?
I'm joking.
You know what? I actually told my missus, like I did this. I made this post. I don't know if I put it on Twitter or was it Facebook or something. I made this post and I said, you know what? I think I'm a furry now. And people were like, what? What do you mean you're a furry, kid? Mm-hmm. And it was based on the fact that I was sitting next to my missus. Now my missus is white, right? And I'm sitting next to her on the couch, and I noticed the way the sunlight is hitting her, right? That she's got a lot of hair on her, like her skin, like you can see the hair protruding from her skin, and I can't see that on me, right? So I was like, babe, you've got hair everywhere. And she's like, oh yeah, that's the normal thing. I was like, what are you, a bear? You know? And then at that point in time, I just started calling her a bear, and then we got her a coffee mug, you know, that says Mama Bear, you know, so like she's a bear.
Okay.
So
she's a bear. She's a bear.
Amazing.
Yeah. Do women normally naturally grow hair like everywhere?
Yeah, women grow hair everywhere. The thing is that it's so the tone of the hair. The tone of the hair is so close to the skin complexion that you do not notice it unless you're like right up on them. So like in the case with my missus, I was right up on her and I could see. And it's not like long. It's like little tiny, almost invisible hair. But because you're so close, you can then see under the way the light is hitting her. It's like, because if I'm just standing next to her right now, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't know. But if she's right next to me like this, I'll see it. You know,
I'm trying to feel if I got any hair.
And that's the thing, I'm doing the same thing. Because she's told me, she's like, oh, cute, you have the same thing, it's just your complexion. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. If you really try to pinch it, you can kind of feel like a hair somewhere. Like hair, I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. It's probably there. I'm darker complexion. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the other thing too as well, is that women grow hair, like just like men, you know. It's like, they're not like these Barbie dolls, you know, clean, smooth, shiny creatures. Yeah. They're real. They exist, you know. And hair is good. Hair keeps you warm.
Hair is like it's a natural thing. It's like it's your body makes hair so that you keep warm. Literally. That's what it is. That's why you can't grow a beard, because you grew up in some hot tropical island.
No, my dad has a beard. Like,
oh, your dad does? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that. It's genetics, man. Like I'm genetically a naked mole rat. You know, just putting that out.
That's one thing though. If you have like dark skin like yourself, a beard looks really good.
You know the thing is that I know this, and you're just rubbing it in. You're like, you know what,
bro?
You could look hot, man, but you don't have a beard. Screw you. It's okay. You know, my feelings are not hurt. You know, I'll just cry after this recording. I'll just get up. There's a corner over there. I'll go into that corner, roll up into a bowl, and be like, you know what? Yes, cute. You could be attractive, but you don't have a beard.
Like bushy beards, like you see. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not like mine, but it's like more rounded. They look very nice.
I always wanted a mustache, to be honest. You know, I can't grow a mustache.
I actually get rid of mine. I think it was
had one. I would just like to just do stuff like this, like just. And people come in, yes, like an evil villain, yes.
Bro. Oh, but if you grow it, you're gonna have to trim like the part near your lip, because if you grow your mustache out too long, it gets very annoying, because it starts like when you eat food or drink, it kind of like the water or the food kind of hits the mustache, and it's kind of annoying. So you kind of got to trim. The outline.
You hear yourself, right? You said, if I grow a mustache. I can't, I told you. I'm incapable of doing it. I have been trying for years. I've been like, when I shave, I'm like, you know what? You know, there's that myth that if you shave, it will grow back like longer. So I'm like, yes, mustache, come in for years. Yes, come to me. Nothing happens. The mustache is like, screw you, dude. You don't have the genes for this. You know, so I'm just like, well, I've given up.
Yeah, I thought that was a myth as well. Yeah. It is. You know, I've never cut my beard in my life. Never shaved in my life.
Wait, this is natural always.
Natural. Never been cut. I've like trimmed it a little bit, like to keep it clean, but like with scissors. I've never gotten it to like back to skin level.
Oh, okay. Because I was just gonna wonder if like if you know there's a parrot in there living, you know, just like he's never trimmed it. Let me move in.
Bro, I do kind of look like a parrot, fam. a parrot, like a pirate. Sorry, not parrot.
You do look like a parrot. No, I mean for me, where I have hair is I've got a lot of hair on top of my head, so my hair grows pretty long, right, on top of my head. It's the chin hair that doesn't do anything. So I've got a lot of hair up here. This is from head to chin.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I wish some of it would just come here, you know, in some hair. And just...
Me and you are the opposite, fam. Like I haven't got too much hair there, but I've got a lot of hair here. And you're the complete.
That's the thing, you know what? We should introduce our heads to each other. Like say, hey, let's do a trade. I'll give you some of this, and you give me some of that, and then it's just like. Perfect. Perfect.
But I can't keep long hair as well though, like, because I just can't be asked to look after it. It's like, like I did have during lockdown, I had very long hair, like maybe up to there, if I stretched it out. But my hair is it's always been thin since I was like, thin hair. So, like it wasn't too hard to look after, but because it was thin, it would just go everywhere. Yeah. Like with thick hair, you can kind of mold it to the way how you want it to look. With thin hair, it's just wild. Like, so.
You were saying.
But with me, it's like I just can't be asked to just cut it off.
But the thing with thick hair is that thicker hair it takes a lot to maintain. Like my hair, it tangles and it knots up and it curls in on itself. And
that's true.
And because my hair itself, the actual hair strand is thick. When my beard is growing out on my chin, it actually pierces my skin and I get these ingrown hairs and I get swellings and stuff. So I actually have to shave regularly, or I end up getting these really uncomfortable little pierces. Skin
like little spot type things, isn't it?
Yeah, until the hair grows. And that happens to you as well?
Very rarely, but it'll be like once in a couple months. And then it's because of, I think this I read about it somewhere. It's something to do with the hair not coming out properly or something like that.
In my
like
case, the hair curls. It curls and curls back into the skin. And then it just pierces the skin, because I guess the skin knows the hair. It's like, hey, you belong here, come back into me, and then it just causes swelling. So, so that's the thing. So you,
what were we talking about before?
I don't even know. I think we just randomly switched to our hair. You are a YouTuber outside of work. So you said you're an accountant, right? But outside of accountancy, you're a YouTuber, you're a Twitch streamer, you're on TikTok now. What do you define yourself as? Like, what are you? You're a content creator, yeah?
Content creator, yeah. I would say content creator mainly because I do everything in it. I do like whatever like I'm enjoying the most, I'll do. So right now, I've been streaming for 121 days in a row on Twitch. So that's like kind of my main focus at the moment. Which is and it's not even like an hour a day. It's like average, like in the last month, I think I did over 120 hours. Last 30 days, I did over 120 hours of streaming, which is like 4 hours a day. What
about the numbers? How are your numbers looking on Twitch?
I recently, just like 1 or 2 days ago, I think I hit 300 followers basically, but it's on like 3 or 8 now.
Okay, so your like Twitch gives you your average concurrent viewers in a stream. Yes. What is your average?
I do not know, but I know it's at least 5. When I last checked around a month ago, it was about 4.9.
4.9.
Something.
Okay, let me check mine, because I'm a competitive bastard. I just wanna.
I can go check it now.
I just wanna know. Let me just check mine. Let me look in here and be like, 5. Let me see if I'm doing more than you.
Let me see.
I mean, I've got 400 followers. So I mean, if I have less than you, I'm gonna throw myself through the window. But let me see. My average is 5. 5.9 is my average. What is yours?
Oh, my average is, so in the last month, I've had 37 follows. This is from 4th of March to
37. I've only had 10. What are you doing, man?
I've had 15 subscribers.
15. I'm on 14. What? Are you just like wanting up everything I do? You know?
125, but I stream a lot though, in 125 hours of
Yeah, I only
stream
got 25 hours. Yeah.
time, but my average viewers is 4.3.
Okay, so average, but no one cares about viewers on Twitch. It's about followers and subscriptions. You know. So you were swimming, man. This is amazing. I have to say.
But,
I
and
secretly
you know,
hate
it started off with like, let me go to a couple months back.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't want to know. I hate you now. We're enemies.
Back last year in August, I had like 2.3 average viewers. So there's progress in it. There's
Yeah, it's
progress.
progress. I mean, and here's the thing. Again, like I said, with Twitch, it's not like YouTube where it's all about the views. It's about followers and subscribers. It's about people actively following you and people subscribing to you. That's kind of where you, especially subscribers. I mean, having 15 subscribers, that equates to about, I don't know, like 30 quid or something.
Yeah.
So basically, you're seeing a decent, like, you know, like, so like, how do we make your subscribers my subscribers? Like, you know, that's basically the question.
Bro,
Can I
you need
steal
to
them?
stream more because unless our timings are a bit.
We stream
are
at
a
the
bit
same
different.
time. Here's the fun. That's one of the things.
Oh, that's why.
A lot of the times because I stream it, I start my stream at 6 p.m. UK time.
That's about. Yeah, I'm
And
already.
A lot of times
streaming.
you're already streaming at that point in time.
Yeah.
Because the way my schedule works, right, it's behind me on that board behind me there.
Okay.
I go from 8 a.m. in the morning. I get up. Actually, I'm up like 6:30. But
Damn.
from 6:30, then 8 o'clock is when I actually start my work. All right. And I go from 8 till 12. I have a lunch break. I sometimes take a nap. And from 1, I'm on that grind again till about, say, 4:30. Is it 4:30? I think 4:30. No, not 4:30. About 4. Because, actually, no, 4:30. Till 4:30. And then after that, I'm in between stuff and then I start at 6. So in between all those things is family time. So it's spending time with missus, with the kids, that kind of stuff. That's what happens in between that. But outside of that kind of stuff is when I actually get stuff done. So when I go from 6 till, and what I've started doing recently is I'll start a stream from 6 till 7, 8, 9 till 9, and then I take a break at 9 till 10, and then 10 I do another stream, but I do the other stream on YouTube and not on Twitch.
Maybe that's why then.
So
Okay, that makes sense.
So basically, that's the difference in our schedules, basically. Because one of the things is that I don't stream every day. So I stream on Mondays and Thursdays. So on the days that I'm not streaming, you know, if I happen to be sitting at my desk or I'm on my phone and I see you pop up, I hop in. I'm like, in them comments, like, how you do, you know?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like every time I finish streaming, you're never there for me to raid.
Yeah, because I'm done already. I'm
You're
done.
done.
I'm done with the time. And I think the thing is that when I was back in Trini, the time zones were so different that I could stream at a ridiculous hour, and that would be it would be later for me, but it would still be early enough. But for you, it would be late, so you're looking to end your stream, and I'm still active at that point in time. Whereas now, being back in the UK, our schedules are very similar because we're in the same time zone. So
exactly.
When it's late for me, it's late for you. That's the thing. So that being said, as a streamer, even though I don't get to watch your stream all the time, you tend to play first-person shooters, yeah?
Yeah.
Favorite game would be?
Right now, Call of Duty.
Which one?
On Modern Warfare. I like Cold War, but it's not better than Modern Warfare.
Is Modern Warfare the newest one?
Sorry?
Is Modern Warfare the newest one?
No, Cold War is the newest one. The one before that is Modern Warfare with Warzone.
Oh, okay.
I play more Warzone than anything else.
And Warzone is the Battle Royale, yeah?
Battle Royale, yeah. But I do play Modern Warfare, like, because it's just fun. Like, when you got a lot of people online, Modern Warfare is just fun. Cold War, I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't feel the same. Like, it's just not as fun. I don't know.
Is it because it doesn't have a Warzone in Cold War?
No, they put a lot of the Cold War guns. They put it into Warzone as well. So Warzone is kind of a mix between the two games. But the mechanics are the same as Modern Warfare, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
It feels like Modern Warfare, but they got like Cold War guns and equipment and stuff like that.
Is Warzone free, or what is the entry price?
Warzone is free.
Really? Okay.
The multiplayer you have to pay for, the Modern Warfare, but it's like that game's old. No, actually, you know what? That's the one Call of Duty that's retained its price for a very long time because everyone's still buying that game. Like,
it's brilliant. It is brilliant.
Yeah.
The fact that they've been able to keep that thing, and actually, I think it was a generation defining Call of Duty because of the fact that first-person shooters before Modern Warfare had a certain thing, and then Modern Warfare came out, I was like, holy crap, you could do that in a first-person shooter? Behave yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that thing with Call of Duty, the previous quite a few were terrible, were shit. I tried them, I avoided them. They were just like Terra. They were terrible. But then when Modern Warfare came out, that was actually good. Like, it was the first Call of Duty that I continued playing, and the Warzone didn't even come out until like 5 months after.
Right.
But I was still playing Modern Warfare because it was fun.
Yeah.
And when Warzone came out, that was amazing. I was skeptical of Warzone at first because before I even tried it, because their first Warzone or Battle Royale that Call of Duty came out, I think it was called Blackout. It was like, that was shit. It was just terrible. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. This was when like PUBG and all that were like popping.
Was that the one? Was that the one where they charged for you to get the red dot, the aim thing? Like they were charging you to get that. I remember there was a Call of Duty. I remember there was a Call of Duty a couple of years ago that they would charge you to get that red scope on your gun, the little dot that would show up on the screen. And it was like a DLC or something, and you had to pay for it. And I was like, really?
You know what? They kind of do that now. Like, you get reticles that you can unlock, but in the store, like when you buy like a skin, you can get like custom reticles as well. Like, they'll sell you like a reticle that looks like a banana, or I don't know, like, for example. So they do that as well. They still do that now as well. Yeah. And people buy them for like tactical advantage.
Do you buy them?
No, I bought skins before, but not for the reason of a reticle. So I bought like a skin, so my guy looks like the Red Power Ranger in it. So like I had to buy the Red Power Ranger.
It's muffin time.
Exactly. And like, if there's like a skin on a gun, like if there's one gun that I use a lot, and there's a skin that I love for it, I'll buy it because I'm gonna use that gun all the time anyway. So I'm getting my money's worth out of it, kind of. Yeah. But so like with me, I don't mind like those kind of transactions. What are they called?
Microtransactions.
Those microtransactions, as long as they don't affect the game's performance. So I don't want Tom, Dick, and Harry here spending £100 on the game, killing me because they spent money in the game.
It's about balancing, basically. It's yes. Once it doesn't affect the balance of the game, I'm happy with
exactly.
it. Exactly. Okay, I get that.
There's a little controversy around that, apparently, that if you do buy shit from the store, that you get, and like your guns are stronger, but that's not proven, so I don't know.
Okay, so it's speculation then.
That's speculation. But yeah, as long as it don't affect the actual game, like what Star Wars did, Battlefront did, because there was a big outrage because of that.
FIFA does all the time. Continue.
Oh no, you know what? FIFA piss off, man. Bro, like, you know what? FIFA 20 wasn't bad. FIFA 21 was just shit. I played it for like a couple days. And
you know, I have a copy of 21, right?
You have a copy?
Yeah.
I literally uninstalled it like 2 days ago. Because
I didn't buy it. I actually reinstalled it last weekend to play with my brother because he was losing at me in PES, and he's like, oh, you only win because I am good at FIFA. And I was like, well, fine then, let's go play FIFA. I'll still win. I didn't win. I lost.
Oh, you didn't win? I thought you were gonna say I did win. I won again. But no.
It was a 3-5 scoreline, which I like to think it's a win in my book because me scoring 3 on you in a game that I don't even play.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, boy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
very different in that game as well. It's very hard to defend in that game. Like,
It is. It's like it's all like
They
not just
changed
that. The keepers do nothing. They stand there, and people take
Oh.
shots from weird angles, and the keeper is just like,
Bro, like the ball is next to the keeper, the ball will go past them, then they'll jump. Like,
Exactly.
It's just
I'm like, no, dude. I remember my brother took a shot from the middle of the field. There was no curl on the shot. It wasn't going in the corner. It was literally right at the keeper to the side of him. And it wasn't like even this super powerful shot. It was just like a shot. And the keeper I had, I'm playing with Real Madrid, right? Courtois should be able to block that. Like, even if he doesn't hold it, just push it up or something. The dude stands there. And then after, like you say, after the ball goes past, he's just like,
Yeah.
Shameful display, man. Like, no. You know?
Bro, this literally the only thing they change is they add like the players they start sweating now. That's the only difference.
Really?
They have like animations. They just show them sweating. That's the only difference. like they don't fix the game. Like the games are still broken. So I've kind of like done with FIFA.
I'll be fair to the game. They have made some minor changes with regards to some of the mechanics in there. I just think it's worse than PES. Like when I watch the way I play FIFA and the speed the game moves at and I watch football. You know, I watch the Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan. You know, your boy has an Arsenal sweater somewhere in here. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Right? I back my team. Sorry.
You must be very sad this season.
Look, I have no misconceptions about my team. I know Arsenal ain't gonna achieve nothing, right? I'm just here to have a good time, right?
You've accepted reality.
I've accepted. You know, I enjoy the drama of like whenever they miraculously win a game, and I'm like, oh, we did it. You know, I'm like, oh my god, and then I go to other people and pretend like I wasn't surprised. Like, yeah, we were good anyway. You know, we good like that.
Yeah, what you guys do it probably means more now.
Yeah.
Than it used to.
It does.
It's the same with United, to be fair, because we were being shit the past couple seasons, but this season.
With who?
It's been Manchester United.
Oh, I was like, who? I've never heard of this club. I thought you said Janaya. I was like, is there a club in the English league called Janaya, and I have not heard of this? So United. So you're a Man U fan.
Yeah.
Terrible taste. That being said,
coming from an Arsenal fan.
I know, right? I'm just out here. Like, if we're going down, we're taking you with us. You suck.
We're second on the table, though. I have faith, man. I have faith. It's just Man City well, I don't know if they're killing it, but they got the points.
I would love to see, like, I mean, I love, and here's the thing, I always say I'm a football fan before I am a fan of any club. And because like Man United, I watch your games, and I love seeing Pogba perform well. I love seeing players like Cavani perform well. Yeah. And De Gea, I like seeing when he does well. You know, it sucks when he's not on his A game. Yeah. And even like McTominay, I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
I like seeing the old players like Mata and stuff. I like when the old school guys perform well. Like it just gets me gassed. Like the youngest, they're supposed to be.
They're supposed to be killing it. Marcus Rashford should score everything.
Yeah, exactly. But when the old guys are showing them how it's done, I just get it's
goosebumps. You're like, oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's my guy. 39 years old. He's still.
That's what Zlatan is doing. And I mean, I used to watch almost every Man U game when Zlatan was there. Like I was just like, ooh, Zlatan, do it, you know, score some goals. Yeah. And also you had a great relationship with Pogba, so it was like cool seeing them. Like, because Pogba is young, he's old, and they're sort of like, he's older, but they sort of had a nice dynamic. You know, it was like experience teaching inexperience, and they got along well. And so that being said, despite the fact that I do appreciate good football, and City is playing well, and you know I like a lot of City players like Sterling and De Bruyne and all that. I kind of wish they all tripped and broke their pinky toe for like a weekend. You know?
Bro, like Man City, I don't like the reason I feel like they're doing really good is because they've got like 50 players in their team, and they can easily switch out players. Everyone's always fresh. Whereas for us, like, we never have fresh players. Like Bruno's been playing non-stop every week. Yeah. And I think he's only getting a break because of the international break, but I don't know.
I can't even make them excuses. Our owners suck, man. Like they just don't spend money, man. Spend some money and bring in some shit. Let us get a really right now. The best class player we have right now is Martin Odegaard, and he's not even our player. Like
the main I didn't like Arsenal. I had a lot of respect for Arsenal because they were our rivals, innit? Like you normally have that kind of level of respect for
the
Arsenal.
Terry Henry days when we were like gods.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Thierry Henry days were the best days, best times. So Van Nistelrooy and Thierry Henry and Giggs. Giggs, one of my favorite all time.
Say their names. Say their names. Mm-hmm.
So I had that level of respect because every time we played Arsenal, there was an amazing match.
Exactly.
No matter what. But now, it's just like there was a lot of controversy recently with everyone that's listening that don't care about football. I'm sorry, but
this is your episode, Terra. Here's the thing. This is your episode, bro. Which means whatever we talk about, it's all about you, right? It's all about what makes you, your football experience, your content creation experience, your boring accountant's experience, bear experience out in the woods, exactly. So come on, bro. Let's do this, No apologies here.
There was a lot of controversy around, what's that, Özil, or Özil, or however you pronounce it.
Yes, Özil.
Yeah. And that made me lose a lot of respect for Arsenal because
I did lose respect for them in that moment as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because what he stood for,
it was just he was standing for something that was right.
Exactly, and I feel like that kind of stuff, what people do outside of their club when it comes to that kind of stuff, like these people, what's it called, John Terry, whatever, he's getting caught cheating and having affairs and all that shit, but he's still playing on the pitch.
Yeah.
Or he might have got a ban or whatever, but he comes back to the pitch. My guy Özil does one tweet, stands up for something that's right, and he gets kicked off the team. Literally gets kicked off the team.
Yeah.
So like
he was even dropped in the game in PES actually. I think because he was in the Arsenal team for Konami and PES, and I heard that he had gotten dropped. I don't know how I think that was last year. I don't know how true that, like, if it actually happened, but I was hearing talk that he was gonna get dropped from the game, and I was like, maybe it was in certain regions. I don't know, but
yeah,
it sucked. I was like, really? Like, you would punish a player for standing up for something?
Yeah, that might not be. I don't know if that's Konami or if that could be the Arsenal club doing all this shit.
Well, Konami and Arsenal have a partnership, really. So
yeah, so it could be that. It could be that.
It could be, because they have a long running partnership between the two, Konami and Arsenal, and. Yeah, I mean, and that's despite the fact that, I love Konami's game. I like PES. I think PES is a great game. I enjoy myself when I play. But when I saw that, actually, for a second, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be playing any more PES, And then I saw the trailer for the new PES, and I was like, okay, well, fine. Özil he's been paid enough for life, I need to play some PES.
Yeah. Like, with me, like, I don't, like, obviously I want United to win the league and that kind of stuff, but I kind of have a level of respect for all teams.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
you respect Arsenal the most though, but
you know what? Old Arsenal, yes.
So you don't respect Arteta Arsenal? I mean, Arteta has done some stuff since he's been at the club. We won an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that food? We've got company. Sweet. This is what makes a good podcast, These are the stuff, man. These are the things.
I'm sorry, bro.
No.
I told him not to disturb me as well.
I love that he came in. I love it.
And he still comes in.
You know what? You shouldn't have muted it. He should have come in. Son, I've come into the room to ask you questions about things. Did you do your homework today? Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's so jarring. He does this shit on purpose, but that's a troll, fam. I swear. Oh, but that's the type of guy to like. Well, he actually does this. Yeah. He's like, like he calls me like when my friends come over, this is the shit out of me, and bro, he just takes the piss.
My mom is the same. My mom's like, this is my house. I'm gonna do whatever I want. If I want to come in, I will come in. So, basically that's how my mom is. When I'm in Trini, that's how she moves. She's like,
Okay.
I can do whatever I want. I don't care you're recording. So I just say, you know what, lady, do your thing. It's all good. I'll just edit it out or something. I'm not editing out your dad, though. I'm leaving.
I know you're not. I know you're not. You didn't need to tell me. I know.
I'm gonna zoom in that moment. I'll be like, yes, this is the focal point. This is the most important person on the podcast now. Screw Terra.
The thumbnail.
Oh man. So, what are your plans for the future? Do you have with your channel, with YouTube, with Twitch?
I'm focusing a lot on TikTok right now.
Okay. How are your numbers in there?
You know what? Recently, I hit 200 likes for the first time.
Is that a good thing on TikTok?
For me.
But I don't know TikTok. So I don't know if 200 likes is like common or is that like uncommon? Because like Twitter,
I don't know how common it is, but for me, it's very uncommon. Like the most before that I had was 50.
50. You know what?
Yeah.
I struggle to get like 2 likes on Twitter, so I don't know how that works. Like.
Yeah, you know what? Twitter. I feel like Twitter is kind of like now it's harder to grow on.
Yeah, you gotta be a bougie.
Because it's had its time. It's like YouTube. When it's had its time, it gets more saturated.
Yeah.
Twitter is kind of still. I mean, TikTok is definitely getting a lot of traction, but it's still kind of infant phases. I still feel like it'll be like maybe 2 years before it becomes oversaturated. Like I still feel like if you want to do TikTok, now is the time.
You can come in at this point in time and still be successful.
Yeah, easily. So I think my TikToks are doing very well. I put a lot of time into it. I've got an editor. Shout out my boy Yusuf.
He's probably listening to this episode. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, there's more TikToks. But yeah, he like is like for all content creators out there. I really recommend just put like little clips. It doesn't even have to be like highly edited. It just gotta be relatable. Same with any other social media platform. Just be relatable.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And the most relatable thing that I can say about me is that I'm not very relatable.
Like there's like little things that, for example, I did Call of Duty. So there's something like there was a TikTok clip that I uploaded, which did really well, which was so there's one annoying thing in Warzone is when you jump out of the plane, someone starts shooting you in midair before you've even landed.
Ah, beautiful.
So I had a clip where someone started shooting me, but I was like, no, I'm not having any of this. I chased him down to the ground and killed him, and that got like 1,000. So I was happy with that. Yeah. So that stuff like that is kind of relatable, that you can kind of relate with, and people can share and like stuff like that. But or for you like anime, I like anime.
Well, so, that's the thing. I mean, I thought you just wearing the headband for just like because you found it somewhere. It was in your clothes, and you're like, this is all I have to wear today.
I don't know what this means. I don't know.
My parents bought it for me.
As long as it's not a swastika, but it's good.
You know what? That's the thing, man. That is the thing.
I don't know.
My missus,
I don't know.
My missus is Polish, so she'd personally come and stomp you out. She'd be like, "Nah, man."
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Kill. I don't want you hanging out with this guy anymore." No.
Bro, that would not be it. Imagine someone just wears like a very bad symbol without knowing what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but then again, there are a lot of symbols that people don't know the meaning behind it, so they just.
Because. Okay, let's not get into this topic. Let's leave it.
Oh, we're gonna make the podcast get burned. You see, that's the thing. You gotta. As I say, you're the one in charge here. I'm just here to ask questions. I'm here to ask questions.
Wait, how PG is this TikTok? Before I.
This TikTok, you say? This is not TikTok.
I mean this
podcast.
My screen just went all black. Yeah. Before I continue, my screen is black.
I would like to keep it as PG as possible, but then again, I'm okay with adding a PG rating to it. It depends on what you want to say. So, I mean, if you want to go on something,
I'll keep it PG. I'll keep it PG. But I was going to say, like, there's symbols out there that people can easily get mixed up with, because there's the Buddhist symbol,
I know about that.
That is very similar to the swastika.
Actually, the swastika, from what I've learned in like historical research and stuff like that, it was originally a symbol that meant something else, and it was taken by the Nazis and used for its reasons and stuff like that. Because I mean, when you look at like ancient cultures and stuff like that, you find those symbols there, and that was way before Nazis and stuff like that. It meant different things. So a lot of words can mean different things. It's like the N-word, right?
Yeah.
You know. That could basically, you know, if said from the right person, you know, of my complexion, you know, it's like, sup, my N-word, and I wouldn't say in the podcast because I'm trying to be nice and stuff. You know, I drop my N-bombs every now and then. That being said, right, you know, when said from the right type of person, it's like, ooh, well, yes. But the wrong type of complexion comes in and be like, my N-word, sup? You're like...
But that's the thing, the N-word, there's a word that sounds like the N-word, which you've probably heard in anime in Japanese, but it's not the N-word. Like, I think it means what or something like that, or...
Which one is that?
Wait, what? They say the N-word, but it doesn't mean the N-word. It's like an actual word.
In Japanese?
That means something completely different in Japanese.
Oh, shit, I don't know that word.
I don't want to type in the N-word in my Google search. But
I'm going to end up on a list somewhere.
Let me...
Oh, you know what? To be honest, bro, you're probably on the list. You know, at the end of the day, you've made some crazy videos in the past. They've been like, this guy's on. I know I'm on a list. As far as I'm concerned, I am sure I'm on the list. You know, I make too many waifu videos, man. They gotta list me at this point.
They gotta list you as part of the wed.
They've seen my Pornhub searches. They know what's going on. Like, he searches for too many weird things. We gotta list this guy.
He's after the bears.
He's gonna do something weird on the plane. And
we gotta call it PCA. The bears might be in trouble.
There's gonna be a bear. He's gonna come on the plane. Oh, this is my missus. She's a bear. You know, don't worry about it. She's not gonna maul anyone on this plane. Don't worry. We're safe. You know.
We're safe.
But to the point, you know, there are a lot of I think it's based on some things that people do, right? You can then have a negative connotation towards something that may not be that negative, you know, and in the same way, it hurts the people who may not, who may have use those words exactly before and didn't have but then the people who maybe that's part of their history and they haven't done anything with it and it wasn't anything bad to them and they haven't done anything bad to anyone else, then having to relinquish that because of the fact that someone else took it and used it in a negative way, it sucks.
It sucks for them people.
Exactly, because then you're like, but this was always fine for me. I never really, and this is where it comes to understanding and learning about people and stuff like that. Because to a certain extent, you kind of also have to be a bit sensitive and understanding that there are connotations and hurt that people feel. Because I remember the first time I talked about the World War with my missus, like she got really, really upset. You know, we were having a conversation, and I was like, I just thought we were talking a historical debate, you know, like. Yeah. But she got really upset because there was things that I said that were insensitive towards her. Her as a Polish person and what she, you know, the way she views things. And so then I had to be a bit more, you know, after that. And, you know, when I saw that she was crying, I was like, damn, I need to be sensitive about this. I need to be at least a bit understanding of what she's been through.
Talking about that, one thing I've learned from my age is that different countries teach history differently.
Because it's his story. That's the thing. History is a story of the person telling the story. So it's about the perspective.
So the way France tells World War II will be different to the way England tells World War II. Like, we say, the French got overtaken, brought them back, they couldn't take us over, blah, blah. The French would, for example, say, we were never overrun. We defended all the way through, or some shit like that. You know how.
Yeah, they'll say what makes them look good. I mean, even like, for example, if you consider, like, I grew up in the Caribbean, right? And there was slavery and all that kind of stuff. Christopher Columbus was held up as like some explorer guy. Like, he wasn't a slave wrangler. The dude was an explorer. And then it's like, no, he wasn't. The dude was a slave trader. Like, at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. Right? And so history is told from the perspective of the victors, and it's also told from the perspective of whoever is telling the story. You know, because if we tell the story of the first time we met, we're gonna tell a different story. There'll be similarities, but there are going to be differences because one, I had to come and meet you. Right? I was
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
you somewhere. You were doing something else at that point in time.
Yeah,
So when you're telling the story, well, you know what? I was home making sandwiches and stuff, and this guy just calls me up like, "Hey, I'm coming to hang out with you." You know, I didn't even want to see him. I was enjoying my sandwich, and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I was gonna hang out with Terra. I didn't even want to go. It was raining. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go anyway. But I don't want him to know that. I'll just go anyway." So, that is not what happened. But it was raining though.
I remember.
We had a good time.
It makes me very curious though to see like Germany's perspective on how they viewed the wars.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I feel like a lot of people lack nowadays is a lot of people just prejudge. They see something.
I think it's empathy.
That's wrong. Oh, he dropped, I don't know, paper on the ground. That's wrong. Maybe he slipped out of his pocket.
It's about empathy. It's about being able to relate with people, about being able to connect and understand. Okay, because like for me, right, I can empathize with my missus and her views on World War II, despite the fact not having those experiences, with her family and all that kind of stuff, because of my experiences with my family and with slavery and all that kind of stuff in the past. So for me, hurt knows hurt. You don't really understand. You won't really know exactly what it feels like from their perspective, but you understand what prejudice for being treated differently for just because of what you look like or what you believe and all this sort of stuff. And in the same way, like the way a Polish person would view a German, or the Nazis and stuff like that, is the same way I would view, for example, like the British monarchy. I would be like, nah, these people had my ancestors as slaves and they still living good. Like, no, man, I'm not happy with that. That does not make me feel good. And so it's a thing like that. Because I remember I had a conversation with my missus. We were talking about this whole Meghan thing, and I was telling her, you know what? I don't know Meghan. I don't care about Meghan, but I don't really fancy the monarchy over here. For me, it's like, and she was like, nah, but the crown does all these nice things and blah blah. And I was like, babe, here's the thing, right? Imagine if like Hitler didn't get killed or something, whatever, and he had like Hitler babies, and all these baby Hitlers grew up, and they lived a good life still after the whole war ended and stuff. The baby Hitlers were like living in like a big castle and stuff, and they were making money and enjoying life, and you would hate that. You would be like, damn, these baby Hitlers out here doing this thing, And in the same way with the British monarchy, is that like the slavery may have ended, but these guys have benefited from it, and they still benefit from it. They still live a good life.
And the thing is, like, that racism still strongly exists to this day.
Exactly.
There's obviously there's been strides and improvements.
There have been, obviously. It's not the same as it was
we're not in
before.
chains.
Yeah, exactly.
One improvement, but at the same time, there's not been enough change or enough things that have been fixed, especially. In this country, America, probably all over the world.
All over the world. Trinidad has its problems too. The Caribbean has its problems all over.
Yeah, like, I don't know about back home with my country, Pakistan. I think it's quite calm there. I think it's quite fine there. There's a lot of corruption. Back in these kind of countries, it's like it doesn't really come down to race in my country. It comes down to who has more money.
That's the thing, because it's either it's classism, like a classist system, or it's an ethnic system or race system or whatever have you. And I think that's where people need to get away from those things, and we need to stop like considering those things and stuff. And not just that, but this is where like it goes back to the fact of empathy. Being able to understand someone's lived experience and understand their hurt and their pain and what they may have gone through. And even if it's someone who you disagree with on certain things, being able to say, hey, you know what, I will never understand what your perspective on this, but I could try to understand it because of the fact that I know what I've been through, and I think that's just the way to go. I mean, that's the only way we're going to be able to get anywhere in life. And
that's the thing, and I'm sure you can relate to this as well. It's like, because I've grown up in London as an ethnic guy. I know that no matter what, even though I was born in and I was born in England, that I'm British, I have a British passport, a British driving license.
You drink
that
tea.
no matter where I don't drink, by the way. I don't drink.
I say you
No
drink
matter.
tea, you know, British stuff.
I drink Mountain Dew.
No. I know you have a cup there with some tea. That's not Mountain Dew in that bottle. It's tea. You're just like
It's green tea.
it's
Yeah, no matter how British I can be, I can be, I'm always gonna be seen as that brown guy, or Asian guy,
they're gonna,
that
yeah,
ethnic
exactly.
guy.
They're gonna say, oh, he's Pakistani or he's Asian.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna say, oh, my British. You know, I mean, that's just basically it. That's how people are gonna they're gonna be like, oh, he's that guy. And and I think people need to. And there's this thing I was talking to you know, I would say a friend now, one of my missus friends. She was saying her son was hanging out with this kid that, like, they're friends or something, and her son is mixed, right? So her husband is Nepalese and she's Polish, right? And her son was hanging out with his mate, but his mate is darker complexion. So she was like, she was asking him, so she took a picture or something. She's like, so, like, do you see the difference between you and let's say Paul, between you and Paul in this picture? And he's like, well, Paul has a red jacket and I have a black jacket, you know? And I was like, that's impressive, you know? He is not seeing the complexion change, you know? He's not seeing that, you know? And she was really happy about it. She was so proud that he didn't see that. To him, he was like, the jacket, man, you know, he has a red one. And that shows progress.
On the contrary, though, I would say that culture is so beautiful. Like, I'm so happy that, okay, I have a Nigerian friend that is 5 minutes away from me. I have a Trinidad friend sitting right in front of me. I have a Ghanaian friend in South London. I have a Indian friend another 20 minutes away from me. So, like, I get to learn more about all these cultures and these, like, ethnicities, and like it's made me like a more understanding person, and it's like made me realize like how beautiful like the world is as like just from sitting at home. Like, I can learn, oh, my guy makes the best fufu, bro, like Nigerian fufu, bro. And then I can go to Trinidad, try what
we'll have some roti over there. But I mean, you know, I've not had fufu yet, so like you know, when next you're going over, book me a spot at the table with you, you know. So like, you know,
definitely. You know. So I like more than just like I feel like it's more about accepting. Accepting and appreciating everyone else's like where they're from and kind of stuff like that as well. You know, it's but not treating them differently just because they're from blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's about accepting each other's uniqueness and appreciating it without any prejudice. And I think that's what makes people better. It's what makes you a better version of you, you know.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, I've learned so much in the past couple of years that, you know, than I did. And I think that one of the best tools that has helped with that is the internet, you know, because before the internet, you only knew who was in your immediate circle, the people who were around you.
Yes,
As the internet became more prevalent and you're online and you're meeting people and you're hanging out, that's it. You know, you learn, you meet people, and then I mean, so far, you know, I've been to Sweden. I didn't have a Swedish friend until I met Roger, and then I went to Sweden and I had moose. How many Trinidadians have moose, man? We don't have mooses in Trinidad, you know? But I was like, that moose is delicious, you know. So I'm just saying, it's a thing whereby you learn a lot of stuff. Like for me, you know, my missus being Polish, I learn a lot of Polish customs. Now, when I'm out in public, right, you know, I'm walking around and someone drops like a dobra, and I'm like, you said a Polish word. I know that, you know. So it's like, I mean, it's cool. It's really nice. It's really interesting. It's fascinating, actually. You know.
Funny enough, I've worked with a lot of Polish people before.
Oh. Really?
So I know a couple of the swear words.
I know. I think that was the first thing my missus tried it. She was like, don't you know this word? Don't you know that one? And I'm like, babe, I know nothing about Polish people. Like, really and truly. All I know about Poland is a book I read when I was a kid at school, in secondary school, called The Silver Sword. That's the most Polish stuff I know. And and then I just learned from her, and just meeting people and her friends and family and all that kind of stuff. I just learned a lot, and I'm still learning because, generally speaking, I can't have a conversation in Polish, but I can understand one or two words. I can be like, I know this word, I know that word,
You kind of tell what the conversation's about.
Exactly. I can ask for things. If I see someone drinking a Budweiser and I want one, I can be like, die. And then they'll be like, ew, here you go, Budweiser. I can do stuff. I'm saying, if you drop me into Poland today, I could probably get myself back home,
Probably.
I'd be like, die ticket. But yeah, so we've got so you're focusing on TikTok. That is your focus right now. You're doing Call of Duty on Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So when are we doing lunch? Like next week?
Once restaurants are open, I'm down. There's a place near you actually. I want to go.
You're coming to Reading? Are you?
I'll come to you. Yeah, I'll be coming to you.
Because last time I visited you, so you know what?
It's only fair. It's only fair.
I'm just saying, it's gonna be super cool. We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. And then when you come out, then you realize how much you like it out here. Maybe you meet a missus out. We're hanging out in Reading, and then you move out here, and then we're neighbors. Then you're next door, and I'm like, hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Let's go out again. Let's go get something to buy.
Let's go get some tea. Exactly.
Yeah.
British style. We'll do our pinkies out. So.
Yeah. I'll bring a glass with me.
Exactly. I you know what? Funny thing, British people usually travel with tea bags. Like, I've heard this. I've heard Brits tell me that they travel with a tea bag because the tea in France don't taste the same as tea back home. I have to walk with my tea bags. Truly, people, we walk with curry powder. Yeah, we need that flavor, man.
You sound a lot like my Jew. Us Asians, man, we curry powder.
Exactly, man. You know what? Yesterday I made some curry potatoes with curry chicken and chickpeas, and the missus came and I gave her some, and she was like, she's in the living room eating. She's like, ooh, cute, it's so delicious. And I'm just there, I'm trying to keep up good poker face. I'm like, yes, I do this every day.
Yeah.
But internally, I'm like, yes, girl, yeah, eat it.
You know what? When someone appreciate your food, it feels nice. It feels good.
It's good.
More than eating it for some reason.
It's like telling you I love you. It's like
Yeah, it's literally love language.
Yeah, exactly. If your missus comes over and she cooks and you tell her, girl, this food sucks, she's going, well, I'm breaking up with you next week.
That's it, done.
Then you'd be like, well, learn to cook then, and then we can talk, But yeah, I have to say, Terra, you're an amazing guy. It's in the time that I've known you, you're a BAMF, and basically, like, I remember, when you said, oh, you know what, mate, I'm gonna get one of your sweaters off your site, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then.
I was gonna wear that today, but then I thought this red kind of looks nice with this.
With a headband. There he goes, people. He's half height. Oh, look at that. And that is actually the old username for the site. Now we at that Simply Binge. So that's actually the old name of the site, the Button Smashers. We're Simply Binge now. Yeah. So there's gonna be new merch popping soon. But I mean, when you said, oh, I'm gonna order it, and then I was on your stream, and I'm just watching the stream, you're playing, and you're like, okay, I gotta do push-ups, and you turn around and I see the logo, I'm like, oh, the fails. It was.
You know what? I forgot I was even wearing it.
I know you did. You did, because after you gotta be like, oh, by the way, Q, I'm wearing the jacket, and I'm like. Mate, I saw it when you were doing them push-ups.
Yeah.
So it is brilliant. It is pretty brilliant. One last thing I want to talk about is the fact that you do watch anime and stuff like that.
I was hoping you'd bring this up.
You do watch anime. What do your favorite anime? I'm gonna have to assume what it is based on what you're wearing in your head. But what are you watching today?
Okay, what I'm watching today, I just finished Fate.
Which one?
Apocrypha. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. That's the one I just watched. It's like alright.
It's not good enough.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's kind of mediocre. Like
Are the waifu's
like,
good in it?
huh?
Are the waifu's good in it? Like do you watch your anime based on the waifu?
They're alright, but some of them are like traps.
Okay.
If you know what a trap is.
They're futos, basically. It's okay. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that, ongoing anime that I've been watching is Demon Slayer's finished. Well, for now.
My missus binged that while we were supposed to watch together, and I fell asleep when she finished it.
It's a very good starter anime. It's very good anime in general, but it's more of a starter anime, like for someone that's new.
Well, my missus loves it. She's not really. I think before that, all she was really watching was like Studio Ghibli and stuff. I mean, she's seen what do you call this one? Death Note.
Definitely, yeah.
She's seen Death Note. She's seen Code Geass.
Yeah, I've seen that was one of my first animes as well.
Yeah, Code Geass is top notch stuff. But then she was like, "Oh my god, Demon Slayer is so amazing." So when the game comes out, I'm gonna get it so we can play together because I'm sure she's gonna love seeing her favorite characters in it.
Yeah, the problem with the games, like this is literally for all the games. They're very anime games. They're very basic. Like it's literally just button mashing B or like something like that.
Have you played Naruto Storm, Ultimate Ninja Storm?
I have, and it's calm, but if it just doesn't feel like the way Street Fighter feels technical or Mortal Kombat feels technical. It feels very basic.
I think it depends on who you play against because I've played Storm with people who are like hardcore Storm guys, and I thought I was good. Like I was beating the AI all the time. And then I go hang out with my homies and I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm good at this game. And then dude comes out and it's just like, oh, let me do this super. Block that.
I guess so.
There's a sway in the play as you're figuring out your opponent, especially. And you know when it's a good match when everyone sticks to the character that they have. When it's not like someone cycling through characters. Like they know who they use. You know who you use. And you're trying to figure out everything, like where how much damage are you gonna do on this move? How to connect this combo, when to guard, when to counter, all that kind of stuff. And in Street Fighters, it's the same thing. It's just a different different way of doing it, I guess.
What I did like about Ninja Storm 4 was the it wasn't just one-on-one combat. Yeah. There were different modes. Yeah. So it's like 3v3 and you have to like capture points, and that I really like that about it. So that was kind of fun. Yeah. But yeah, that's but in terms of like if we go to anime games, my favorite anime game is a very old school one. I don't know if you played Naruto Broken Bonds.
I did play Broken Bonds.
It's like an RPG Naruto. Like your Naruto and you make your own. I can't remember if you have to make your own character.
I believe Broken
Naruto.
Bonds was Naruto. I think you played it. Naruto. That's the one that was on Xbox 360, yeah.
Yeah. So and it's like an open world. You get to climb up all these buildings, run through trees, go to different locations, and I really liked that about it. Like how free it was. The problem with Ninja Storm is it follows strictly the story, the cutscene. You have boundaries as to how far you can go. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like I think in terms of fighting games,
I think that's why I like the One Piece games more. I'm not talking about Pirate Warriors. I'm talking like Unlimited World Red and stuff like that because they don't follow the story of One Piece. They tend to do like what if Luffy and his crew ended up on some island or something, and then they ran into these people, and they find a way to work in previous characters. Like this character, this is a clone of this character. It's not the actual character, or something like that. And so
that's I agree. That's better because like with Naruto, you can't, because if you've seen the anime, you know what's gonna happen anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Same.
So yeah, I think that's what you described as better.
It is. They should do side stories. What about doing a side story? I think what would be a good Naruto side story to put in a game. Like, and they have done it in Storm 4 where they put like a bit of stuff for like Itachi's backstory and stuff like that. But it would be nice if they did something like, for example, that time when Naruto was training and everyone was growing up, what were they doing? Why not show? Why
there was
a
big 2-year gap.
Exactly. Why not show that time in between? Why not show what Lee is doing? Why not show what Neji or Hinata? And not just that, but a lot of the characters. who were not fully developed in the show. Characters like Neji, characters like Tenten, and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
give them a bit more fleshing out, and then you find yourself more interested in those characters and more invested.
Shikamaru as well.
Shikamaru, exactly.
I liked him a lot. And his dad.
Yeah, Shika is pretty chill.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wish they went more in depth on how he grew up. He just grew up, like
exactly. They didn't give you, and I think that's the reason why when Neji died in the series, spoilers to everyone who hasn't caught up. You had enough time, right? But that being said, when Neji passed on, right? Basically, I felt nothing, like because
it wasn't no way near as meaningful.
It wasn't meaningful because when you have a character who gets taken out, like Itachi, when Itachi was snuffed, I felt stuff because we grew with Itachi, and then you learned about his past and you learned about all this stuff, and so I felt something for Itachi. I felt something for Pain, Yeah,
exactly.
Nagato, same. I felt for Nagato, right? I felt nothing for Neji. When Neji passed, I was like, okay, next chapter. That was basically it for me.
You know what made me cry in Naruto?
What was that?
When Jiraiya
as well. I teared up for Jiraiya. I was like, oh my god,
bro,
dude, why?
That was the saddest moment that I can remember in anime history for me.
You see, and it's not the saddest moment though. I'm just gonna put it out there. You obviously have not seen One Piece yet, but
I haven't, no.
Which you need to fix that because it's unacceptable. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you why.
It's because it's too many chapters, is it?
No, I watched 8 episodes, but what happened was I was planning to like actually start, like recently I decided I'm gonna watch One Piece, but my friend, I don't know if you've heard of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, I know that.
He's gonna create a Dungeons and Dragons campaign based in the One Piece world, and I don't want to watch the anime to spoil anything for me in that campaign.
No, screw that, man. Watch One Piece, man. Screw the campaign. You'll figure it out. Tell him to do a side story, right? Tell him to do a side story.
It's not gonna follow the story. It's gonna be like
in the universe of
side
One Piece,
story.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
in the universe.
That's
but I don't. But there's gonna be moments that like
it'll be more enjoyable, bro. It'll be more enjoyable. You need One Piece in your life. You need it. You need One Piece. And here's the thing: it doesn't even take long. If you're reading the chapters, you burn through that in like no time flat.
Okay, I'll probably watch it though.
But if you're watching it, I mean, and here's the thing: the current arc right now, the animation is fire. I'm just looking at it like, because stuff back in the day wasn't as good as it is now. Like the animators.
Animation, yeah.
So when you see what they're doing right now, it's like, oh my god, this is epic. So that's basically what it is. One Piece is it's been doing some stuff. The missus has actually just walked in, basically the same thing your dad did, right? She knows where the camera is, so she slid in here, opened my window, right? So my acoustics are gonna be terrible, right? And now she's twerking to the side of me. All these things are happening, right? Trying to distract me. Those of you watching the video version of this, you can see the shadow there. Well, actually, you can't because Terra made me increase the contrast, basically. So you can't see her shadow, but she's right there on my screen. When I look on this screen, where there's no bad contrast, to fix to make Terra look great and me look ungreat,
Nah, you look great no matter what, bro. Don't worry.
I know I'm a stud. I know I'm a stud. It's all good. You don't need to tell me these things. So, anything else we want to add before we wrap this up, Terra?
Oh, my favorite ongoing anime right now is Fire Force.
Ooh, I've started that. I haven't continued.
Oh, bro, you need to watch it.
I started because of the waifus, man.
Bro,
I saw a waifu in a fire outfit, but then she was wearing very little underneath, and I was like, I like this show now. And I started watching it, and then I kept watching it till a point, and I got bored and did something else. So I'll have to come back in. So.
It's a very good anime. You need to watch it. It's my favorite right now, ongoing.
Okay.
In terms of finished animes, History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi.
I knew there was a reason why we were mates. I've seen that series, and it's amazing. It's one of my favorites.
Bro, I loved the anime so much that I read the manga, all 1,000 chapters.
Ooh, I haven't read the manga yet. I've seen the anime. I haven't read the manga yet.
The manga's so good, but they had to end it abruptly because I think they ran out of funding or something to do with money. They had money issues or something like that, so they had to kind of stop. But the anime up to that point, the manga up to that point,
brilliant.
was my first manga or first proper anime that I watched. First proper manga that I watched. No, that I read as well.
God, look at you. And you bringing something from my history. This is when I was a teenager, watching this stuff at home, but that was fire, man. That was such a good anime series,
Yeah, bro. I remember I was in school, in my I think it was my business class. We were on the computers. I just had my manga up there, just reading manga. Alt tab, J.
Yeah, just like
tell the teacher come.
Yeah, like 1 + 1, 2. Read manga chapter. 3 + 3, 6 manga chapter.
Bro, it brings back good memories.
It's good stuff. It is good stuff indeed. I have to say, it's one of the series. I actually forgot that I've seen that for a while, and because I'm trying to get my family into all the stuff that I liked, and I haven't even introduced them to that because I forgot about it. Like, damn, look at you bringing the fire back. Yeah.
I wish they had more episodes, man. I wish they released a second season.
I mean, there's a possibility. A lot of series have been revived in recent years, so you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Another one I want to be revived is Sinbad. I don't know if you've seen the first season.
I'm not sure. Is Sinbad the one based on this Maggie series?
Yes, Maggie. Sinbad.
I've seen Maggie, but not Sinbad yet because I want to finish catching up to that Maggie first and then hop into Sinbad.
Okay.
But Sinbad is fire in Maggie. Like, the dude is OP. He's too powerful, man.
Yeah. He's that actual anime Sinbad is so good. It's been so many years they haven't released a second season, and there's no information on whether they will or not.
You know what?
But the way the anime ends in that first season, there's definitely more to come.
I mean, I know some mates in Japan. We can make some arrangements, We can make some.
Yeah,
make some people go to some doors and knock some windows and say, "Oi, make Sinbad season 2. We need this." We need this. So it's a possibility. I'll make some calls. It's all good. I'll make some calls.
What about you, bro? What do you want to what's been stopped that you want to come back?
Well, basically, I want food because my stomach is rumbling. I basically had a smoothie for breakfast, and I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but my recorded mic, I know this one isn't. I don't know what you got. You guys are probably hearing growling songs, thinking that I have a bear like Terra does. No, that's my stomach, right? And basically, for me, I would say a series that I would like to see revived, personally speaking, anime-wise. Let me see. I mean, generally speaking, I like Orange High School's Club, and I think they could do more with it. I think it's a funny series, but then it ended in such a nice way. I think even if they try to bring it back, it would probably hurt the memory of the series. And I think about that a lot with a lot of series. Even for example, one of my favorite anime series of all time is a series called Samurai 7, and Samurai 7 was brilliant. But if you were to bring back Samurai 7, you would hurt the ending because the ending was very impactful. For a series that didn't have a proper ending, there are probably some that I have in my that exist somewhere in this cabeza of mine, but I can't remember them because I'm on the spot, And there's a thing, right? I'm not here to be on the spot. I'm here to put you on the spot. So
that's true.
Yeah, basically. But to say my favorite anime of all time, it would actually be Orange High School's Club. I think Orange High School's Club is my favorite. I do love, I do love Kenichi, but it's one of my favorites. It's just not my favorite.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's your favorite?
Favorite what?
Favorite anime.
That's why I said
I've turned the interview around.
Orange High School Host Club. That's what I said.
Oh, Orange High School Club. Oh, yeah. No, I thought that's where you wanted to come back.
No, I don't want that to come back. I think it needs to stay a gem. But yeah, I love Orange High School Club. It's a slice of life comedy romantic story, and I love romance in my anime. And basically, it's funny as hell. Like, when you're watching it, you're gonna find yourself rolling and laughing and stuff. A series that I just remembered, a series that needs to continue, and it needs an English dub, is School Rumble. If you haven't seen School Rumble, it needs an English dub. Is that T coming in the room? Ooh, see, yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why I love recording with Terra here. T has come into the room,
Yes, did you?
Your dad came in again. He was like, Terra.
It was my brother this time.
Oh, did he come to ask if you want tea?
No.
He didn't come to ask if you want tea?
No. I don't normally drink tea, I drink it very rarely. Like green tea, once every couple months.
You say these things, but I don't believe you. You're British, so you drink tea.
My parents have tea, twice, 3 times a day, but
You know, in the Caribbean, we fill our pillows with like sponge.
Curry
and stuff.
powder.
No sponge. And stuff like that.
Okay.
I like to think Brits fill their pillows with tea bags. You know, that's the way they sleep. You know, that if you don't,
How did you know?
because you know, I mean, I don't know that here because my missus, you know, she Polish, so
Yeah.
our pillows are filled with vodka bottles. But that being said, you know, she started next to me. I'm allowed to say this because she's laughing. If she gives me a serious face, then I'm gonna have to take that one back. But she hasn't, so I'm keeping it, right? But basically, you know, I'm just saying, you know, tea bags, be good.
We good.
I know you drink tea, you know.
We drink tea, yeah.
And you better make sure when I come over to visit you next time, right?
Yeah.
Don't be giving me no tea and stuff. I only want quality food, you know, right? You know it gotta be
Definitely.
spicy, you know. And I don't want you cooking. You gotta be like, Mommy, Q is coming over. Cook that food. Cook that food.
Well,
He don't trust me, you know. He's heard about
Yeah.
your cooking. He's heard amazing things, you know.
yeah.
And then I just pop over, you know.
When I come to Reading,
Yeah.
if my mom's cooked something, I'll bring it with me.
Ooh, packing me a bowl and all that. Ooh, say no more. I'm ready. I am ready for this meal. You know, say no more. Just cut me in. I am down. And don't even say if. You make sure that day you decide to come, she has cooked. Like
That
the day
she's
before.
cooked. Yeah,
You just pack a. If you call me and say, "Q, I'm on my way over," and then I'm like, "So like, what you bringing, man?" And you're like, "Well, Mom didn't cook today." I'm like, "Don't even bother to come today. Come tomorrow."
I'll bring a tea bag. No.
You bring a tea bag. I won't even meet you you'd be at the train station calling me, Q, I'm at the train station. I don't even
Q,
know.
you like Tetley's or? Yeah.
Sorry, you've called the wrong number. No one lives there. So, I mean, generally speaking, so that's your anime taste. We've got your gaming taste. We've got your lady taste. So we know what, you know, we know all the good stuff. The missus is doing this to me. She's like, wrap it up, Q. Wrap it up. We've got things to
I thought you were looking for bears outside the window.
So, Terra, we gotta do this again sometime, but we've gotten almost 2 hours. This is gonna be the last one I recorded was an hour and a half, so it's actually perfect within there. Right, it fits in perfectly. Those of you listening to this, how do people find you, Terra? Where do they find Terra?
If you follow me everywhere, literally, it's my Twitch is Terra Vision Gaming, but if you go on my Twitter, Terra on YTs, that's TRAONYT, you'll find all my social links.
What's
to
the
Twitch,
on-YT part about? What does that
Sorry?
mean? What's the on-YT part? What does it mean?
On YouTube, because initially I was on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So,
Here's the thing.
it was-
I'll make you a recommendation, right? I'm gonna give you a good suggestion. When it comes to social, try to keep all your social universal, and if it means you have to change your name, change it. And the reason for that is that when people have to look for different names, people are lazy, man. They're not gonna be like, I'm in love. So if you have one name, it's everywhere, like Terra something or whatever have you, and you because I ended up rebranding because of that. Like I changed my search, like on Twitter. You'd see my Twitter as for the site is Simply Binge UK, and I didn't want Simply Binge UK. I wanted Simply Binge, just Simply Binge alone. But I could get Simply Binge on some platforms, but I couldn't get it on others. And I just said, you know what, Simply Binge UK I can get it everywhere, so I decided that's where it's gonna be. And so it still says Simply Binge as the name, but the is the same thing. So I would always recommend try to find
I've been struggling with that because like I want it to just be Terra.
Yeah, I understand.
But I can't. So literally everything else, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it's /Terra on YT.
Yeah.
It's only Twitch that's Terra Vision Gaming. But I want to change it. I've been trying to get like Terra TV or Terra Tube, but it's like all been taken. So it's been. I need to find something like that where I don't have to do on YT. So something a bit more.
I'm gonna do a bit of brainstorming, and then I'll come with some suggestions for you. It'd be pretty cool.
I'd appreciate that, bro.
There's no question about it. Let's do this. So that being said, Terra, any last words before we pop out, or before the missus clubs me across the head for wanting some of my attention?
Subscribe, follow the podcast. That's it.
Okay, beautiful people out there listening to this podcast, thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching this on YouTube or wherever I end up putting this thing up, I am your host Q. my missus is shaking the floor, which means my mic is shaking. So if you are hearing noises, that is her. You probably heard her little smirk. She doesn't understand how sensitive this mic is. It picks up everything. So even her breathing, it's probably picking up. That being said, thank you very much for listening to and watching this beautiful podcast. And thank you for popping by, Terra. It's been fun, bro. We do this again sometime.
All the bears out there, you know where I am.
Simply Binge Podcast is a part of the Simply Binge network of podcasts, which include That Beautiful Life and Skill Points. All of our podcasts are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Castbox, and most other podcast apps. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Simply Binge UK. Visit our website simplybinge.com if you'd like links to what we mentioned in the show. And lastly, special thanks to all of our guests for taking the time to share a bit of their insight with us today.